Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 50 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis 4. That's right, we have hit the big 5-0, and I think we are doing pretty well, actually, if you look at the size of Barancaster compared to the rest. This seems like a good opportunity to show off relative development and other things like that. So development-wise, we are 500 points ahead of Guangdong, who themselves are 600 ahead of Vijayananga. I always forget the N. Vijayananga. So yeah, we're doing pretty well, I would say, and we're basically creeping further and further here to the west. I think we're going to be doing less to the east now. Most of this area hates our guts. You can see there the aggressive expansion. It is slowly but surely spreading. Castor is in danger of joining a coalition. Castor would probably join the next one, although we do have a truce with them currently. So yeah, and then the coalition down here in the south is really quite strong. So what we might actually want to do is bludgeon our way through Trans-Danubia here to get to Alcaster and Ottocaster. So maybe we'll be going south and west rather than east and west. Slightly closer front, so we won't be spreading our forces quite as much as we were previously. Right, so that is that. The other one you want to check, of course, is total soldiers. We have 230,000 in our standing army compared to Guangdong's 148,000. Vijayananga's 126,000, Malwa 117,000. That's quite a few with more than 100,000 men. None of whom are in Europe. Anjou is the next European power with 59,000. Trans-Danubia 58, Scania 54, Alcaster 53. So we have like 4 times bigger armies than most Europeans. Manpower is another big one to check. Vijayananga right now is higher than us, but we have just got out of a fairly costly war. We still have 94,000 men in the bank to use. 11,000 still need to go out to the armies, and we are still getting 3.2 thousand a year. Sorry, a month, not a year. And then force limits, yeah, we are way ahead of the others. Now, Navy, we're probably not doing quite as well. As Navy-wise, we are probably... Oh no, we do have some ships, we just don't have many. Let's actually flip that the other way around then. I'm expecting us to be around this kind of area. Oh no, we got rid of the galleys, didn't we? How many ships do we have then? 26. Yeah, I thought we had some. There we are, Brancaster. But we are still a long way away from the 119 vessels owned by Alcaster, although they do only have 23 and 26 heavies, respectively. So we need to start producing some heavies fairly soon, and the only thing that's stopping us is we want to get to Tech 25, so that we never need to upgrade them again. We can just start churning out 3-deckers and call it done. Oh, we're very close to getting military 26. That's awesome. So currently the heavy race is being won by Lancaster, followed by Alcaster, then Vijayananga, Timor, Kitai, Kalapa. Again, Europeans not doing too great. And then the other one is Galleys, so Suo Mittercaster is 25, Prussia is 23, Alcaster 18. Alcaster's navy is strong, not going to lie. Right, that's enough checking on that. So in the previous episode, we managed to crush Mittercaster and took a quite significant amount of land from them. We also beat Francaster, which is why we have some land over here up in Calais and Belgium, and of course we've taken our first bit of the Netherlands. I think those were, yeah, Kelra and that. Utrecht were both, sorry, Friesland, Kelra's that. I should know that because I'm actually from right about there, I think. If my knowledge of geography is right, yeah, I think it is right about there. Yeah, I think that's right. It looks a bit different because there's more land now. Right, so what are we doing? We are thinking about who to attack next. I would say our usual target, Whipping Boy over here in Polcaster. Are we still fabricating? We are indeed. So we can take on Polcaster, and in fact if we take Polcaster and we dug down to here, then we just need to take like this bit from Trans-Danubia rather than that whole thing. That would probably be a bit easier. We also now have already got a border with Encaster, actually. That was one of the other reasons I had for going through Polcaster, but apparently we don't need to. Anjou is fighting Frankcaster. In fact, let's just unpause because we have armies just basically moving back into their positions. People are joining things against us, refusing. Oh yeah, the other thing I did was remove a bunch more territory from the HRE. We cannot do it for non-cord territories yet, which is why these things are still in the HRE. That was some rebels. Where were the rebels? Rebels are up there. Okay, cool. And we were in the process of splitting our armies up again, so I'm going to do that after they finish fighting. That's fine. And we are also trying to get a few more cores, because we are currently overextended quite heavily. And will be for a while, unfortunately. So we're going to have to deal with some pretty negative stuff. Alright, let's split these up so we don't suffer attrition. You already split, you already split. And now you are as well. Good. Right, so who is going to be next? Is a pretty good question. München and Kiev. Let's grab you two and go there. Probably only need one of you to take Kiev out. The Kievan rebels. Had a really good game in Crusader Kings 2 as Kiev, actually. Playing as the Vikings. I actually started in the island of Gotland, took over the Kingdom of Lithuania, then slowly moved down, then eventually formed the Kingdom of Kiev, which historically was actually a Viking kingdom. You had one in Kiev around here, and Holmgard, which is Novgorod. Kunungard and Holmgard. Novgorod is actually a Viking city. And one of the stories about how the Russians got their name, the Rus, is the Finns used to call a Swedish tribe the Rus, and apparently it meant those who row away, because they were scared of actually attacking Finland. So when the Rus came over to Russia, they gave the name. That's just what I've heard. I don't know if that's true, but I kind of like the story. It's a cool story. There's another story about how Russia became Orthodox. Is you had Rurik the Viking, the head of the Rurikovich dynasty, basically said, I don't know what religion to be, so he invited a whole bunch of different priests to visit. And he said, alright, convince me of your religion, and I'll join the one that convinces me. And for a very long time, Islam was the winning one, because it's like really had lots of good stories about warriors and things like that. But ultimately, the fact that they're not allowed to drink dissuaded him from Islam, and ultimately he settled on Orthodoxy. I'm not entirely sure the reason why he did. I don't remember that part of the story. Yeah. He was really against Catholicism. He found it boring. Obviously, Protestantism and Reformed weren't around at that time. It was all Catholic. Rebels in Bender. Where's that? Oh, there. Hi. Conversion. Marvellous. Now we're going to have a whole ton of stuff to convert. 73% religious unity now. We're doing our best, but we can't quite keep up. I think we need to spend a little bit of development on military. Now, we do have some territories to give away. What province are you in? You are actually in the English Channel, and what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to make you a Burka, because I would like some of the English Channel. It's a lot of money. Otherwise, I think most of it will be going to the nobility. We do have a couple, well, we have a lot of land to give away. I don't actually like that screen. I prefer, can never find it, estates, this one. Okay, so you have got pretty much equal, so you're definitely nobility. You are also nobility. You could potentially be not nobility, but no, you're still going to be nobility. Nobility. Definitely nobility. You could actually be clergy, so we're going to make you clergy. Similar thing, but no, I think nobility. The reason I went here is because this is iron production, and they tend to do better with that. You are definitely a clergy. You have much lower... Whoops. Oh well. That should have been clergy. And the reason for that is because it has much higher tax and production than it does manpower. But we still have a load of provinces over here that we can give away. Holland, you can be Berker, I think. Oh no, it's not Cord. Is that the reason? No? Oh, maybe it's just because it's not connected. Right, you, I think, are nobility. You are probably a clergy. You... Salt will make you a clergy. Also clergy. Nobility. Clergy. There's a lot of clergy around here. That's definitely a clergy. That can be nobility. That can be nobility. That can also be clergy. That is definitely a clergy. 21 to 4. And then we'll make you a nobility because they need a bit more. I think that's all the land that we have to give away. Right? No. You can be a nobility because I feel like you haven't been getting much down there. So the east is really noble. The kind of centre is very clerical, and then the north is very middle class. Right. And that will actually increase the number of manpower we can have and the amount of force limit. Manpower we're getting and the force limit. That's what I'm trying to say. I think we could actually potentially get another 22,000 men army. Yes, we could. However, we are losing money currently, which I don't appreciate. Are we still fighting rebels? We have a lot of rebel problems, but I don't think we need our army maintenance to be quite so high. I think we can probably do it with about that. No, we were actually fighting a battle as I was doing that. So I'm glad I didn't reduce it all the way. A lot of rebels we'll have to deal with. Oh yeah, and what I was trying to do was this. Now unfortunately that is still going to be a penalty to... Oh, we could just get the new idea at a 15% penalty. Still only costs us 484. You know what? Do it. And that gives us the +1 morale, and it gives us the upgraded troops. Now, we have tons of manpower, so I'm not too concerned about manpower, so we don't need to worry about these pips. We also have a good amount of morale, so we don't need to worry about these pips, which probably means we want Frederican, because that is just all-out damage. Lots of fire, decent shock, decent morale damage. We don't need the fire resist, we don't need the morale resist. Yeah, the most defensive are the redcoats. The most morale defensive are the bluecoats. What's their strength? I guess they're just the kind of middle, more aggressive is the whitecoats. I don't think I've ever used the whitecoats in this. Whitecoats would be Austria, bluecoats would be France, redcoats would be England, Frederican would be Prussian. That's where historically these came from. But I think we're going for Frederican because we have lots of offensive ability. We don't need to worry about manpower. And we just want to hurt people a lot in every combat round. Nassau is left. We could get plus 50% tax or 100 ducats. I have a feeling that the plus 50% tax modifier will be a much stronger than choice than just 100 ducats, especially if we get that for an entire year. Yeah, so we're getting 50 in just 1 month. So that was a bit of a weird choice. 100 ducats, or we get that in 2 months' time. Alright, rebels. We're going to send all 4 of you. Oh, we've lost our military access. That is annoying. And we're probably not going to be able to get it from you now, are we? Nope. We can offer it to them. Oh, you're actually at war with someone. Kawaika, whoever they are. I thought there was no chance of getting rebels in these places. What's changed? Oh, the overextension, that's changed. Alright, fair enough. Still a pretty low chance, 2.7. Oh well. I want another war on board. I want to fight someone. Gencaster has left the coalition. That is a very good thing, because I don't particularly want to fight Gencaster. So who is in the coalition now? I kind of fancy picking a fight with Transnubia, I'll be honest. Aerocaster, Newland, Vencaster, Scania, Alcaster. None of my allies would join. And that would allow me to kind of push into Alcaster down here, so we could take a chunk of territory from... Except this is a coalition war. I don't really want to fight a coalition against them. I'd rather fight someone like Hesse, so we can't. And we also want to keep the truces apart so that these guys don't join a massive coalition against us, which they would be able to do in 2 years. You're already at war with people, you're not, but I don't particularly want to go to war with you directly. No, not yet. Lots of rebels appearing too. I think we're going to need army maintenance again. We'll wait a month. Wait until the end of the month, then we'll attack so we have the maximum morale. Off you go. You're not in the mountains, are you? Don't think you are. No, you're farmland. Good. Egger as well. Alright, go and deal with them. I didn't even notice that was falling. Alright, you two. Go and deal with them. Okay, we're starting to get some cores. Oh, we can still upgrade our cavalry, can't we? Right, so we probably want the Uhlans because they're just all-out shock damage. And honestly, it's shock that you want on cavalry because their modifiers are so big. So if you actually look at the modifiers, they currently do 1 fire or 4 shock. So we want even more shock. I don't really understand why you would ever choose anything other than Uhlan, to be honest. I never have, myself. Unlike the infantry, where it definitely makes a difference because it comprises so much of your army. I guess it would make a difference if you're playing as someone like Poland or one of the Muslim nations. Models have changed. They're looking rather more modern. He's using a halberd against my modern shooty people. Alright, cores, lots of cores. Does that mean I no longer have overextension? It does indeed. Marvellous. Speaking of overextension, I can probably get some more going. Yep. Alright, victories. Good, I like victories. Victories are awesome. So we're going to leave 1 man behind. We're going to put 1 of you there. 1 of you there because that needs to be captured back. We are now 20,000 men short. Are we suffering casualties anywhere? No. It's just from fighting the rebels. And now that we have no longer got the really high overextension, some of these should start coming down. Oh, you moved out. Is there any way I can declare war on you? In a year I can. So in maybe August, I'll move over there. You two, deal with them. You two, and oh, you're a full unit. Split. You come over here. 66,000 of them. It's quite a few. We'll need some reinforcements. Ah, I took it. How many rebels are there over here? Jeez. Squish. Squish. And squish. We did, however, take quite a few casualties in doing that. Alright, 6 months' time. We are going to start moving into some positions. So who are you allied with? Zeeland and the Azores. Those are terrible allies. So I'm kind of hoping that we can just jump in, grab this land, and then vassalize you, like, straight away. Scania might join though. Now if Scania joined, would that call in the coalition against us? Not sure. Maybe. So we have 1 unit of 20, no we have 2 units of 22,000 over here. That would be fine for garrisoning that area. We are still losing money. Why are we losing money? Because I'm reinforcing. And I'm at full army maintenance. I have a fort active. Deactivate it. Just generally I probably have too many forts. How much are we paying out in fort prices? 25. Our advisors are very expensive too. But no, mostly it's just this army maintenance. It's horrifically expensive. The reinforcements are 38,000. You kidding me? Stop paying that. Arlcaster left the coalition. Interesting. So we have our armies here just in case Scania decides to jump in because they're the Emperor. And then we're just going to jump on Holcaster. They have a pitiful army compared to ours, and we should be able to take them pretty quickly. The other benefit of taking Holcaster is we can then get to our little colony here in Utrecht. Go and deal with Hanover. Here. 1, 2, 3. Demands for representation. Saxon and Prague get +4, unrest for 2 years, or we lose admin. Sorry, I cannot afford the admin. Rebels, however, I can kill. I don't have much of a problem with killing rebels. Speaking of admin, let's go up another level. Not another level, just get another corps, that's what I meant. How are we not in first place? Who is in first place, and how far off are we? Guangdong. Oh, we are actually fairly close. And we're getting more a month. We're just losing out on diplomatic, but that's because we don't have much of a navy. At all. We'll get a navy eventually, it's fine. 2 techs away. Got another corps, marvellous. Oh wait, when can I declare war on you? When's this end? Oh, December 1730. Okay, a long time. Holcaster is no longer a valid rival. Really? So who are my rivals? Do I have any? I think, nope. No possible rivals. No one can even get close to me. I guess Guangdong are too far away to be a rival. Oh, poor Europe. Okay, and now I have reinforced everyone fully, and I am just getting troops back. I'm still losing money, though. Why? Trade, you are failing me miserably. Why is trade doing so poorly? Oh, because the Burkers hate me. Am I pirate hunting rather than protecting? What am I... You lot aren't even doing anything. Get back to work. That'll probably help things a little. Not much, but a little. Yeah, it's just because our trade efficiency is so terrible. So even though we dominate this node, we're not getting that much out of it. And it's a lot of money in it, actually. Not as much as there is in the English Channel, but it's a good amount. And eventually what we're going to do is we'll keep shifting money from the Baltic into Lubeck, and then Lubeck into the English Channel. Once we own this northern coast, then we can start collecting in the English Channel. Even more so when we actually start taking some of Lancaster's lands, which will happen, trust me. Although we do have about 80 years to go. Come on, I want another war. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Schleswig, we're going to have some rebels. Oh, our king died. That's irritating, but we have a very good heir. Oh man, you suck. Bertrand, you're not very good. Yes, Andrew, I would like to keep you sweet, if at all possible. That would be fantastic. Gift to the state, prestige or money? I'll take the cash, because I'm a little bit worried about having to take another loan out. Though I would very much rather not. Holcaster just declared on war on someone? That's a mistake for you. I'm watching this time very, very carefully now. Because I can do this. Scania would join. Scania is the empress, they would call in their people. I could call in Porcaster, but I don't think I really need to. Who are you allied with, Scania? Nieland, Prussia, Hessen and Bamberg. No, that is totally fine. And what do we want from you? We probably want Kleef. No, we want Holland. Our armies are already at maximum thingy. Yes, they are. Go in for the kill. Our navy is about to get completely wrecked. And then we are, that's why I'm losing so much money, because all of my forts turned on. I don't want them on. These ones I do, because we probably be fighting against Prussia, and I'd kind of like to keep them pinned up there. And probably against Bamberg and Hessen over here, so we want to keep them pinned. So there seems to be a bit of a way through here. And then against Scania, so we're just going to turn this one on. I think that's probably all we'll need. And here we go, here comes the coalition forming against us. But too late for Holcaster. No, you're probably blocked by Utrecht actually. Oh no, you're probably blocked by Keller. Alright, so who am I actually at war with? Vencaster, so we do need some troops down there. We are at war with Prussia, so you guys could do with moving up here. Scania did not join. Oh yes it did. Oh, that's because I'm doing coalition. What I meant to do was this. So in fact I'm only actually at war with Holcaster and Scania. Everyone else is just joining a coalition instead. Really? Yes, apparently really. Huh. Really? Oh, here comes Prussia. No one else. None of these guys. Actually, no, we want to keep you there. Send you. Am I short a leader? I am. No, I'm not. I do, however, want to make my king a general. He's actually a fairly good general. We'll put you in command of that. I don't really care if he dies, because he kind of sucked. Right, stack wipe. We beat Prussia quite handily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold that province and that province with my armies, and then this province with my fort. And then if they attack anywhere I can easily react. Kind of like to just hold these two ultimately. Have I got any claims on? Yeah, only the two. Leafland and Riga. Should have probably done a few more. Speaking of claims, I need to remember to keep them coming. We probably want gauze. Probably everything except Venedig. Venedig, really? Is that the German name for Venice? Or the Swiss name, I guess it would be. Anyway, on that bit of a thingy, cliffhanger, that's the word. I'm going to actually end it there. We have been going for 30 minutes, so thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you're enjoying this and if you're looking forward to the coming war. I think it probably will be fairly easy because they've not managed to call in too many people, though they have definitely... Oh, now they have called in these guys. Only Hessen, though, not Bamberg. I was thinking Sundgau. Okay, if it's only Hessen, then that's even better. Because I would like to take, like, the territories here. These ones I'm constantly saying I want to take them, but I never do because I never have the overextension for it. And likewise with Prussia, I'd like to take it, but I don't know if I'm going to have the overextension for it. I need to be pushing westward rather than north or eastward at this point. Unless it's Polcaster, which I still need to kind of kill. If you have any comments or tips or advice, then please do leave a message below. I'll be very happy to read them and get back to you where I can. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.